Hello friends, I am Dr. Saurabh Shah, consultant eye surgeon, and today we are going to discuss about key factors to success in high myopic cataract surgery. Cataract surgery in high myopic cases come with certain challenges such as deep anterior chamber, weak zonules, AC fluctuations. So, intraoperative planning is as important as preoperative workup. In this video, let us see some key points how to perform surgery to achieve decent outcomes. So the first challenge is to get the IOL power calculation right. Here we perform detailed preoperative workup and dilated fundus examination, but good biometry and choosing the right formula is the key to success. We are dealing with high myopic cases like 29mm of axial length and deep anterior chamber of 3.5mm. Here I preferred IOL master data, and for formulas I use SRKT as well as Barrett universal formula for IOL power calculation. For the IOL power, I usually go for little bit myopic side like 0.5 to -1 diopter. Surgery is done under topical anesthesia. I usually avoid peribulbar injections as there are risk of perforations. This is a 52 years old male patient with nuclear cataract and posterior subcapsular cataract. I start with making 2 side ports and 1 main port incision. Surgery is not going to be a difficult or different, but to avoid any surprises, we must do some things differently. So, the first difference is when you are dealing with a deep anterior chamber, you need to change the angle of side port entry. When I am dealing with a deep anterior chamber, I make side ports near the limbus and angle towards the center of anterior capsule. Let us look at it in detail. Usually what we do is, we take the side port incision near the limbus in the direction towards the angle of opposite side, like first image. But when we are dealing with a deep anterior chamber, I take the side port entry facing towards the center of anterior capsule, just like a second image. So let us see a side-by-side comparison of different angles of entry, and let me show you how it makes a huge difference. In the right side video, the side ports are taken in a usual manner. You can see that I am facing some difficulty making the arc, or movements are very restricted. Even the right side, corneal distortion is there that makes it very much difficult. On the left side, I tried making the side ports towards the center of anterior chamber. So the logic behind this change of an angle is that all the instrument that we are using in the cataract surgery like chopper, Orsinski hook or IOL dialer, bimanual irrigation aspiration cannulas, all that are directed towards the center of cataract. So you can see the rhexis is very easier to perform, and even all the steps of surgeries like chopping the nucleus or bimanual irrigation aspirations are very easy to perform because the curves of this instrument works way better in this new direction of incision. This will help in other difficult cases where precise movements are much more important, like mature cataract. You can see the end result is also amazing. With a single hydration, the side ports are sealed immediately because the distortion of incision is much more minimal. One of the important aspects is to get the right size of CCC as well as centration. There are various methods available like anterior capsular marker or marked forceps, or if you have liberty to use Alcon's Varian image guided system, it's good. But if you don't have anything, don't worry, you can use your mental marker. Remember one thing, at any given point of time or any magnification, your main port entry will be the same size, like 2.2mm of size. So start your CCC from the center. Make a mental image of your main port incision and then start making a neck. You should make a little bit larger neck than that and start doing a CCC. With this, the end result is amazing. the proper centration as well as almost 5.5 mm of the size of CCC. With this we can proceed with the normal phaco surgery, as well begun is half done. You can see I am doing a normal phaco surgery with the stop and chop technique. Just mark one thing here, that I literally need to dive in for all the maneuvers, but there are little distortion of the side port or even the main port. So all the maneuvers have become so simple. One thing that we had to remember is the reverse pupillary block or lens iris diaphragm retropulsion syndrome. So what are the signs? The first sign is sudden deepening of anterior chamber as the irrigation enters the eye, and second, patient suddenly complains of pain or discomfort. So just remember, never enter with irrigation on, operate on low perfusion pressure, and if such thing happens, just lift your iris with your second instrument and reverse the pupillary block, and that's it. You can perform your surgery in a normal fashion. So I have performed the cortex aspiration in a normal fashion, and now is the time to implant the intraocular lens. Here I am only using the irrigation and not using the visco, and IOL is implanted in the bag very easily, and with that side ports are hydrated and the case is done. The second eye is posted after the few weeks. This is the post-op refraction reading, and we were quite happy to bang on the target. Needless to say that the patient was thrilled as well. He said that he had never seen anything like this in his entire life. After 1 month, again the detailed post-operative refraction is done and detailed retina examination is done too, and patient is doing well. Thank you.